Thanks for joining us here at 10. I'm Tatum Gwynn. Well, the city won't do it, so what about the county? We're talking about face masks. You know, yesterday we told you about local healthcare leaders asking for a mask mandate, while the Midland City Mayor Patrick Payton saying we don't need one. It cannot be enforced, and we're going to rely on people to take personal responsibility. So what about the county? Will they do it? That's the question that Sammi Steele asked the county judge today. Sammi, what did he tell you?
Tatum, Judge Johnson says that it's nearly impossible to enforce a mask ordinance, telling me that it's something the community just can't do, which puts the responsibility on the community, especially business owners. For the first time since the pandemic began, medical leaders are calling on city and county leaders to help them.
So I'm asking all of you to throw an endorsement of the governor's order for minimum protocols, including the required use of masks.
Governor of Texas has mandated that we wear masks. There's no enforcement from the state. It's up to the local communities to come up with enforcement.
Up until now, the only enforcement has been a verbal ask. Take responsibility for yourself.
Evidently, personal responsibility isn't enough because we have a spike going on, and we're probably going to see this spike for quite a while.
Judge Johnson says there's not much neither the county or the city can do about it. He says there's just no manpower for a mask mandate.
And there's less than half a dozen officers on the street at any one time on any given day in Midland, Texas. I know in the county there's less than 4 officers at any given day, any time on the streets out in the county. The calls that would come in, again, if you give people the right to call in on somebody without a mask, some people would take it that they can be a vigilante and do something about it until the police get there. It just causes for a lot of other issues.
So again, wearing a mask is the sole responsibility of the community. The judge did offer this. Business owners should refuse service to those who don't wear a mask.
The police force, the sheriff's department, we just don't have enough people on the force to enforce this. But we have enough business owners that can ask and can refuse service. We have enough private citizens that if you go into an establishment, they're allowing the people not to wear masks, you can quit going. I guarantee your dollars are going to speak volumes.
And you know, Tatum, Judge Johnson tells me that he wants to meet with business owners to go over how he can help them to enforce masks.
Sammi, even after calls from our healthcare leaders, a mask mandate, is it even on the table in Midland now?
Yeah, Tatum, at this point, it's not on the table at all. Now, if things, they get worse, I mean, that could always change. But right now, that is just not in the cards for the city or the county, again, because they just tell me that they don't have enough resources to enforce a mask mandate. Now, Midland Mayor Patrick Payton, he did put out this statement on masks moments ago on Facebook. Here's what he said. Quote, yesterday afternoon, Mayor Turner and I called on our communities to recommit to the COVID protocols we have proven to work in our cities and among our residents. Our neighbors, healthcare workers, and systems need us to mitigate to the record-setting spikes we are in, and do it now. A few people believe that Midlanders don't and won't care unless we start writing tickets and handing out fines that the governor has already made clear months ago will not be enforceable in the long run. He goes on to say, quote, I believe Midlanders will once again understand the importance of what is being asked of us and will respond positively to our very real and very clear healthcare crisis. Share the message. Encourage one another to join the fight. Again, if we do not band together and beat back COVID one more time, the alternative will be even worse for us all. Rejoin the fight. Wear a mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands thoroughly and often, and sanitize. And Tatum, I want to note that Terry Johnson's explanation of not having enough resources to enforce a mask mandate, that is the first explanation we've gotten on the matter this entire pandemic. Reporting live in Midland, I'm Sammi Steele. Back to you, Tatum.